exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the gulp... Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in this...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were up...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So, just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without... Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? Wait, all of you were supposed to be the Guardian...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fan, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins next... Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Windblade!
Freeze!
Boba, get them!
So sorry.
Nice and spiky!
That is Osial's divine power. I am... Be careful not to get hit.
Race you!
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How dare you? Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
No! My sword!
to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is dental energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in giant cars. Wow, it's Madam Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
Joy, we've only just begun. Looks like I went too far. My work finished. Stop right there.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! Let's dance!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Let's end this quickly. Can't run. Looks like I went too far.
Over here.
Yes, this is everything.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
My work finished.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harp...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her... At first, it was only the size of a small room. But with continued expansion, it has become the It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the... Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed even to this very day. Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead,
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak. I could only...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlaw.
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as... Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold...
Huh? Why does everyone look so...
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest... Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, although their blood is weak. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the conqueror of demons means. The city of Liyue has changed. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all. Child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Void. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing?